welcome to All Levels Yoga. Find your way to your yoga mat. If you like props, grab blocks. If you like a strap, grab a strap. And if you'd like to sit on a bolster or a pillow, feel free to grab that. So once you find your way to your seated position, whatever that looks like for you, let your sit bones rest towards the floor, let your spine get long, let your shoulders softly slide down your back, let your eyes gently shut. Bring attention to the natural rise of the inhale, the natural fall of the exhale. Focusing in on breath. In yoga, we call it pranayama. As your mind starts to wander throughout class, which it will, bring it back to breath. Focusing in on your inhale and exhale. Let's bring some conscious attention to the inhale as we start from the lower belly, inhaling through the nose, bringing breath up to the middle part of the stomach and then all the way up to your chest, rib cage. Taking a pause and then slowly exhaling out the nose. Slight restriction of the throat. Tongue can be resting on the roof of your mouth, making that oceanic sound as you exhale from chest all the way down to lower belly. Maybe a 5 count, 6 count. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhaling through the nose. Bringing the breath all the way up through the rib cage, shoulders, taking a pause, and then slowly exhaling the same count down. 1 more. And then finishing your exhale, let's open our practice with a nice cleansing breath. This time we're going to inhale through the nose, just like before, and then on the exhale, we'll exhale out the mouth. Taking an inhale. Take a pause once you get to the top, and then open mouth, sigh, exhale, let it out. Opening your eyes, reaching your arms up. Take an inhale as you reach your fingers towards the sky. Exhale, turn your palms out, bring your arms down. And then bringing your hands palm to palm, we'll create this, what we call the Padma Mudra in yoga. It's the symbol of the lotus flower. Pinky finger and thumb stay pressed together. Your 3 middle fingers spread open. So you can imagine a beautiful white lotus flower sitting in the palm of your hands. Take an inhale, let's reach that lotus flower up towards the sky. And then on your exhale, you're going to do a cat-cow movement. So you're going to bring your hands back to your chest, round your back, belly button pushes towards the spine, gaze looking down, chin to chest. Again, inhale, reach back up, long spine. Exhale, round. Let's do that 1 more time. Connecting to breath, we call it Ujjayi breath in yoga. Tongue can rest on the roof of your mouth, making that oceanic sound, bringing yourself back to center. Let's open to cactus arms. Inhale. On your exhale, let's twist to the right. So left hand's gonna find the right hand. Inhale, open back up. Nice open heart. Exhale, twist to the other side. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, open, expand. Exhale, rounding a little bit as you twist. Inhale and exhale. Moving with the breath 1 more time. Nice job. And then coming back to center. Let's bring that right hand to the floor. Left arm's gonna reach up and over, sending breath to the whole side body. So your left sit bone all the way up, left side body. 1 more breath. Making that oceanic sound, inhaling back to center, exhale over to the other side. So this time, right sit bone is rooting towards the floor as you send breath up and down that right side body. Inhale back to center. Nice job, you guys. And right hands back to that Padma Mudra. Let's take a cleansing breath. Inhale through the nose. Side exhale out the mouth. Nice job. Bring yourself to seated. So you're still unseated. Let's just turn ourselves so that our legs can come straight out. However that looks for you. Bring your hands to your sit bones. Manually bring your sit bones out from under. And then just let your hands walk down your legs. Let yourself gently round and hang. We'll take 3 breaths here. Maybe rocking side to side. Connection to breath. And then we're just going to slide our hands up our legs. So let's give our legs a little gentle lymphatic massage. Just let your hands run from your ankles, shins up to your hips, and then bring your hands to the side of the legs. Bring them up. Just a gentle little movement, giving yourself a lymphatic massage, activating the lymph system, the lymph nodes. Hands go underneath your legs. And then we'll do 3 on the inner part of the legs. Nice job. And then bring your legs back together, shake them out. We're gonna find our way to cat-cow. If you'd like to grab your blocks, you can have them handy at the front of your mat. And finding your way to hands and knees. Hands right beneath your shoulders, knees beneath your hips. And we'll start with an inhale, arching the back, gaze looking forward. Exhale, finding that cat-cow movement, rounding the back, belly button pushing towards spine. And inhale back up. So you can keep this movement going. Traditional cat-cow. If you want to add some extra movement, feel free on your exhale to bring sit bones to heels. And then on inhale, swoop back up as you arch your back. Exhale, rounding, sit bones to heels. We'll take 1 more cycle wherever you're at. Notice the sound that you make with your Ujjayi breath. Bring attention to that breath. When you come back to center, let's take our right foot, bring it back behind you, curl the toes, right heel presses up against that imaginary wall. Notice that right calf, activating that muscle, stimulating that part of the body. Sending breath there. On your inhale, lift that leg up. On your exhale, bring that foot over to the left. Keep your toes curled. And then start to look out over the left shoulder. We'll take 2 breaths here. Sending breath to wherever you feel this in your body. It might be up and down the right side body. And then inhale that foot back over. Bring it to the right. Press your foot down and bring your pinky toe towards the floor. So you're gonna feel this in the right inner thigh. Now, if your hands are feeling tension with your wrists, you can always bring your forearms to blocks here. We'll stay here for 3 full breaths. If this doesn't feel good and you want to go a little bit deeper, feel free to bring your forearms to the mat. Whatever works for you. 1 more breath. And then we're going to place the blocks off to the side, or keep your forearms on the blocks, whatever serves you. You're going to lift that right leg up and simply do some circles, going one way or going the other way. Do what feels good here to that right hip. And then bring that knee back to the mat. Let's switch sides. Left foot reaches back. Say hello to your left calf. Take a few breaths. Inhale, lift that leg up. Exhale, bring it over to the right. Gently looking out over right shoulder. 2 breaths. And then inhale, bring that foot and leg all the way over. Pressing that whole foot towards the floor. Saying hello to your left inner thigh, maybe forearms to blocks. And breathe. Let your head hang here. Always modifying these poses to how your body is feeling today, knowing that each day we wake, our body might be in a different place, and just honoring where your body is at this moment. As you finish your next exhale, feel free to lift that leg up, maybe do a few circles with the hips, and then bringing yourself back to hands and knees. All right, let's bring the blocks to the front of your mat. We're gonna find our way to a low lunge. Right foot's gonna come forward. You're gonna let your left inner thigh melt a little bit towards the floor. I like to keep my toes pressed to the mat. If you like to curl your toes, that's fine. We're gonna stay in low lunge. And then simply rock side to side. Notice how your hip feels as your left inner thigh melts towards the floor. Right knee over right ankle. I like to bring some attention to my shoulders. So if my shoulders are hunched towards my ears, I know I'm not relaxing. Trying to slide my shoulders down my back, gaze looking down my nose. And one more breath. We'll find our way to a half split. So starting to straighten that front leg, I'm gonna move my blocks to the high point. Do what serves you here. So right heel gently pressing into the mat, toes pointing towards the knee. Gently take 2 to 3 breaths here. I like to isometrically bring right hip back, left hip forward, and say hello to your hamstring. Notice your breath. Nice, long inhale and soft, cleansing exhale. On your next inhale, let's bring this right block over to meet the left, and you can always walk him out just a little bit. And then I'd like you to gently just let yourself fold forward and say hello a little bit more to that right hamstring. How does that feel? Nice job. Bringing attention to breath, sending that breath up and down that right leg. And then we'll bring that right block back to meet bring the foot. Walk yourself back to your low lunge. We're gonna find a twist here, and then we'll switch to the other side. So you can keep your hand on a block. If that doesn't serve you, hand can come to the mat. I'm gonna cue it with my hand on the block, bringing my block to the outer part of my mat. And then I'm gonna bring my right hand to my right sort of thigh area as I look out over my right shoulder. Maybe my right arm comes up for a nice twist. 2 to 3 breaths here. Notice the inhale, notice the exhale. Can you lengthen on the inhale? Can you soften on the exhale? And then we'll bring ourselves back to framing that right foot. We're gonna step right foot back. Then we're gonna bring the foot forward. All right, low lunge, opposite side. Slowly rock back and forth. Notice this right side, right inner thigh melting towards the floor. Left knee over left ankle. Shoulders gently sliding down back. Take one more breath. And then finding your way to your half splits. Noticing that right heel gently pressing into the mat. Left hip sliding back, right hip forward. Take 2 more breaths here. And then we'll bring this left block over to meet the right. So we're going to do a gentle forward fold here and say hello a little bit more to that left hamstring, up and down that left leg as you send breath all up and down here. One more full cycle of breath. Nice job, you guys. Let's find our way back to that low lunge. We'll find our way to that twist. So cueing it with the block. If you don't use the block, that's fine. Right hand to block or mat. Left hand can stay on hip as you gently start to twist the rib cage towards the left side. Left arm maybe reaches up. And we'll take 2 more breaths here. Inhale, lengthen. Any amount that works for you. Exhale, soften. And then we'll come back to frame that left foot. Step that left foot back. Let's do a few rounds of cat-cow. Noticing how the body feels. Nice job. We're gonna find our way to our first down dog. Inhale, curl the toes, lift the hips. And we'll take 5 breaths here. Bicycle up the legs, sway the hips, and breathe. 5 full cycles of breath here. Take 2 more breaths. And then from your down dog, take an inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward, step both feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, spine is long, exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, reach all the way up, palms pressed together, exhale, hands to heart. We'll do a few half sun salutations, your pace, your breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive forward, tilting from the hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands can come to shins or fingers to the mat. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Your pace, your breath. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Nice job, you guys. Let's find chair pose. Bend the knees. Inhale, arms reach up, shoulders slide down the back, hug into the core. If you need to come hands palm to palm, you can. Otherwise, reach the arms out, shoulders sliding back and down. 1 more breath. Working on a little balancing today. Take an inhale, reach all the way up. If you can, come to your tippy toes. Exhale, back to your chair, but hands come behind you. Again, inhale, reach up. Exhale, chair pose, hands behind. 1 more time. Nice job. Let's come hands palm to palm, finding that lotus mudra, pinky and thumb together, middle fingers spreading out. Shut your eyes, take a breath. Notice your heart beating a little bit faster than it did when we first started. Let's take a cleansing breath. Inhale through the nose. Sigh, exhale out the mouth. Opening your eyes, spread your legs. Turn your toes slightly in. So they're a little bit pigeon, hands to hips. Take an inhale, exhale, halfway fold. Flat back, gaze looks down. Take a breath. And then finding your block, if you need it, we're gonna bring hands to block or to the mat. Forward fold, let your head ragdoll side to side, 2 breaths. Working on some twists today. Bring your right hand to the block or to the floor, your choice, right underneath your chest. Opposite hand is gonna come to your hip or reach up towards the sky. 2 breaths. And then we're slowly gonna switch sides. So doing this at your pace, hand to hip or reaching all the way up, pace and follow. Nice job bringing that right hand back to the floor. Let's walk our hands out for a wide standing down dog. This should feel nice on your back. Stretching out the entire back. Lower, middle, upper. Sit bones reaching towards the sky, heart melting towards the floor. And then slowly bring your hands back underneath chest. Inhale, hands to hips, come up halfway, take a breath. Finishing your exhale, inhale, slowly rising. Turning your toes out for Shiva's pose, bending the knees pressing gently towards pinky toes, hands palm to palm. And we're gonna pulse here. 1, 2, 3. You can breathe while I'm doing this. 4, 5, stay here, 5 more breaths. Feel free to shut your eyes, feel free to bring hands to that lotus, Adho Mudra. 2 more breaths. Maybe even imagine that lotus flower sitting in the palm of your hands. Then slowly, let's reach our arms up, find star pose, little smile on your face. Hands back down to your hips. Heel toe your feet together, shake out your legs. Nice job. Bringing yourself to the front of your mat. Inhale, left foot steps back, warrior 1. Finding railroad track legs, so your right foot's a little bit to the right, left foot a little bit to the left. Arms reach up. Feel free to stay like so or find those cactus arms like we did in the beginning of class. In fact, why don't we all come to cactus? Take an inhale, bring hands to that lotus. Exhale, open, expand, gentle back. Again, inhale, lotus. And exhale. One more time. Nice job. From here, let's simply turn and find warrior 2. So you're gonna walk the right foot to the left, just a little bit, finding heel to arch alignment, arms reach out, looking up over right fingers. We'll take 3 breaths here. So your right leg, right knee is pressing towards your right pinky toe. If you look down at your right foot, you should be able to see your big toe. Find connection to breath. Mind starts to wander, bring it back to breath. 1 more. We're going to reverse the warrior. Right palm faces towards the sky. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, reverse warrior. If you find that front right knee starting to straighten, bend back into the knee. Nice job. Breathing into the stretch, into the pose. Finishing your exhale, we're going to come back to warrior 2. We're going to find triangle, so you're going to straighten that front leg. If you need to bring the back foot forward, maybe just about an inch or 2, sometimes it'll give you more balance. Arms reach out, inhale, reach forward. Exhale, right hand to right shin, left arm reaches up. Now, option here would be to grab your block, bring the right fingers to the block, and breathe. You can be looking straight forward, looking up at your left fingers. You can be looking down at your right foot. So notice what's going on with your neck and where it feels best. Finding your edge. Take 1 more breath. We're going to look down at our right foot, bend the knee, rise back to warrior 2. Strong arms, strong legs. Bring hands to hips. And let's simply turn to the other side. So as we turn to the other side, we're going to walk that left foot a little bit over to the left, finding those railroad track legs, warrior 1. So you might need to adjust your feet. Arms reach up. Take a breath. This time, bring hands to cactus. Take a breath here. Nice open heart. And then bring hands to that lotus. Take an inhale, straighten that front leg, reach your arms up. Exhale back to bent knee, hands to heart. Again, inhale, lift, gaze can follow. Exhale, down. One more time. Nice job. Walk that left foot over to the right. So you find heel to arch alignment. Warrior two, look out over left fingers. And take 3 nice, gentle breaths here as you soften into the pose. Left knee gently presses towards left pinky toe so you can see your big left toe. And breathe. Shoulders sliding down the back. Strong arms, but also soft. Strong legs, but also soft and gentle. Left palm faces the sky. We're gonna move into reverse warrior. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, back hand slides down your back leg, bend back into that left knee. 3 breaths. Inhale back to center. And then we're gonna find our triangle pose. So I'm gonna bring my back foot forward just a little, straighten my front leg, arms reach out, inhale, reach forward, exhale, triangle. And I'm going to grab my block and do the same thing I did on the opposite side. So using my block, fingers to the block, and then right arm reaches up. So everyone has different variations. You might not even need a block. You might just let your hands dangle here, this left hand here. Do what works for you. One more breath. Hug into the core. Look down at your left foot, bend the knee. Warrior two, take a breath. Nice job. All right. So let's turn back to that warrior pose. So just walk your foot back. And from warrior, we're gonna turn our back toes so that they're curled so our right heel lifts. Inhale, reach up, lengthen through the fingers. You can even straighten that left leg a little bit. Exhale, we're gonna bring hands down by the hips, chest reaches forward. Again, inhale, reach up, and exhale. We're gonna do this 2 more times. Great balancing pose here, also working your legs, your buttocks, your balance, of course, connecting the breath. Nice job, you guys. Let's turn to that wide-legged pose. Take your hands, interlace fingers. Inhale, open, expand through the chest. Exhale, folding forward. Take 3 breaths. Any amount that feels good for you. Always invite a cleansing breath here. Inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth. And slowly rise up as you inhale. We're gonna find that same thing facing the opposite foot. So right foot forward, back left heel lift is lifted, and you're curling your left toes. Arms reach up. Inhale, lengthen, maybe straighten the front leg. Exhale, bending that right leg. Chest reaches forward, arms back. Inhale, reach up, and if you tip over, giggle, and just come back. 2 more times. Nice, easy, soft movements here, not trying to go too fast. Let your body go with the movement of your breath. This time, finishing your exhale, let's bring our hands to the floor. Step your right foot back, down dog. Let's take 5 breaths here, or 5 breaths in child's pose. You all might want to come down to your hands and knees. Find child's pose and breathe. Or if you're doing more of an active class today, you'd stay in down dog. 3 more breaths wherever you're at. Doing a few more standing poses, and we'll find our way back down to the mat. If you're in child's, find your way to down dog. So we haven't gone through a full vinyasa yet. Today we're going to inhale to plank. Hold here 3 breaths. Gently hugging into the lower belly, belly pushing towards the lower back. And then gently pushing the ground away with your hands, so it's a slight rounding of the upper back. 1 more breath. Take an inhale. On your exhale, bring the knees to the mat. Uncurl the toes, hug the arms in towards ribcage as you come towards the floor. Inhale for cobra pose. Exhale, forehead to the mat. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift, cobra, gentle arch of the lower back. Exhale, forehead to the mat. Inhale 1 more time. Shoulders sliding down the back. Exhale, fold forward. And this time, inhale and curl the toes back to your dog. Take a breath. Inhale back to plank. This time we're gonna come right into chaturanga, knees to the mat. Exhale towards the floor. Find your way to your belly. Coming into Sphinx pose. So elbows right below shoulders. Hands gently pressing on the mat. This is a great pose for the lower back. Gentle arch in the lower back. Gaze looking forward, maybe down the nose. Gently pressing your palms of your hands into the mat, and almost like you're sliding your hands towards your chest. Okay? Toes are flat, so they're not curled. Gentle arch in the lower back. We'll stay here 3 more breaths. You might not feel like you're doing anything, but this is a great strengthening pose for your lower back, your muscles. Bring attention to breath. Sending breath to the lower part of the back. 1 more full cycle. Nice job, you guys. Okay, let's slide our hands down by our rib cage. Inhale for up dog here, and then exhale down dog. Nice job, you guys. Inhale to tippy toes. Exhale, bend the knees. Look forward. Step or hop to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. How are we doing? All right, let's find our way to a balancing standing pose. So let's find tree pose. Bring your weight to your right foot. Hands to hips. Option 1, toes to the floor, heel to the lower shin area. Option 2, slide the foot right below the knee. Option 3, bring the foot above the knee. Okay, so this left knee and thigh is pushing behind you instead of pushing forward. So from hands to hips, find your balance, letting that right foot really root in towards the floor. It's strong, but it's soft. Bring hands to palm or to that lotus. And then maybe you rise those arms and bring that lotus up towards the sky. 3 full breaths. Maybe shut your eyes for more of a challenge. And then slowly bring that lotus hands back to heart center, and bring your left foot back to the mat. Shake out your legs. We're going to switch to the other side. Bringing weight to your left foot. Option 1, toe stays on the floor. Option 2, foot below knee. And then option 3, foot above knee. So try and mimic what you did on the other side. Knowing that both sides are different, you might not be able to do that, but always attempt to go there if you can. Knowing where your edge is on each side. And then bringing your hands to lotus. Maybe lifting your lotus Padma Mudra up to the sky. Breathe. Nice, gentle, balancing pose with that left foot rooting into the mat. Strong but soft. Slowly coming back to heart center. Right foot comes down, shake out the legs, and let's rock side to side. Nice job, you guys. All right. Let's come back to the front of the mat. Find your chair pose. We were there in the beginning of class. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, reach the arms up or hands to prayer or lotus. 5 breaths, hugging into the core. Maybe lift your toes, lean back on your heels. Strong core. Your toes are lifted. Gently let them come back to the mat, but still bringing a little more attention and weight to the back part of the foot, the heel area. 2 more breaths. And then inhale, reach up. Maybe come to tippy toes like we did before. Let's try to hold it here for a few breaths. Lifting your fingers to the sky, long side body, long spine. Maybe lengthen a little bit more. Can you go a little bit higher? And then hands down. Nice job. Inhale, reach up, moving through a full sun salutation. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant your hands, bend the knees, step your feet back, plank pose. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga, whatever that looks like for you. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Everybody, 5 breaths. Keep breathing. We're gonna find our way to the floor. All right, take 1 more breath. And then finding your way to hands and knees. So bring your knees to the mat. We're gonna find our way to child's pose. All right, nice job, you guys. Toes touch, knees bent wide, forehead to the block or the mat. Take a few breaths. Winding down. Walking your hands over to the right. Left hand can be placed on top of your right. Left armpit melts towards the floor as your left sit bone melts towards the floor. 3 breaths. I'd like you to breathe into the left rib cage. All right, walk your hands back to center, over to the other side, right hand on top of the left, and 3 breaths into that right rib cage. Expanding on the inhale, softening on the exhale. All right, walking hands back to center, and then finding your way back to seated. Nice job, you guys. Let's find our way to another twist. So legs out in front, right leg hugs in. Let's hop that foot over. Right hand comes behind. Inhale, nice long spine. As you start to twist from rib cage and torso, this right fingers might walk back a little bit more, gaze looking out over the right shoulder. Maybe a gentle nod of the head up and down. And coming back to center, let's do that same thing on the other side. If it's too much to hop the foot over, you can keep the foot on the inside of your right thigh. Take an inhale, long spine. Exhale, start to twist from ribcage, torso. Left fingers might walk back. And 3 breaths. Maybe rocking the head up and down. And then coming back to center. Nice job. Shake out the legs. Let's find our way to our backs. And as you find your way to your back, bring your hands to your knees and just do some little circles. As you come in with the knees and go out, massaging out your lower back, and then going the other way. This should feel good on the sacrum part of your back, the space between the back and your buttocks. And then slowly bring your feet to the outside of your mat, so just to the corner edges of the mat, so your knees are spread wide. You can bring your arms out to a T, and then take an inhale, bring knees over to the right. And exhale. Inhale back to center, exhale to the left. And inhale back up, over to the right, exhale. Inhale back up. We'll do that one more time. And then inhale back up, walk your feet so that they're hip distance apart. We're gonna find a flowing bridge. So we're going to place your palms flat on the mat for balance. Inhale, lift the hips up slowly. Try to come to your tippy toes. And then exhale, we're gonna slowly come down, one vertebrae at a time. Notice your spine from the upper back as it slowly starts to touch the mat. And then finally, the sacrum and the lower back start to touch. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift. Nice and slow, coming to tippy toes if you can. And then exhale, let that spine slowly roll into the mat. We'll do that one more time. Nice and easy. Inhale, slowly lift. And exhale all the way back in. Nice job. If you have a block, grab your block. We're going to place it under the sacrum. This should feel so good now. You can just let your sacrum rest on that block. If you don't have a block, maybe find a pillow. A more firmer, hard pillow would be best. You could find maybe a book. So, and if you don't have anything, you can just let your sacrum rest on the mat. I'm going to cue it with a block. And then just rock your legs side to side, just really easy. Notice how your lower back feels. Maybe lift up one foot and point and flex. Activating some of the lymph nodes in the feet, the ankles, the shins. Maybe do some ankle rolls. And then bringing that foot back down, we'll lift the other one. And pointing and flexing. Maybe a few circles with that foot. Filling a few cracks. Activating those lymph nodes. And then bringing that foot back to the mat. If it serves you, bring both feet up to the sky. And maybe widen your legs, make a V. Back together. So maybe you do little circles. Anything that feels good here. We'll stay here for about 5 breaths. Maybe you simply stay here and don't do any movement at all. Just simply take in the fact that you're letting the blood get to the opposite part of your body. As the blood gently trickles down from your feet to your shins. your knees to your thighs to your hips. You might even feel your hips get a little bit warm. We'll take a few more breaths here. Nice job. And slowly bring your feet back to the mat. Your thighs and your hips should be all tingly and warm now. So lift your hips up, bring that block out from under. Find a happy baby. And gently rock out your sacrum one more time. All right, bring your left foot down, right foot crosses over left thigh. We'll stretch out this right hip a little bit. Option one, stay right here, flexing this right foot. Option two, lift that left foot off the mat, hands interlace. Pressing right thigh towards the bottom of your mat as your left leg comes in. Your head stays rested on the mat. 2 more breaths here. If you have a wall, you can always press this left foot up against the wall. Always a nice place to be. And then coming back to the mat, simply switch sides. Maybe you stay right here. This is enough. Maybe you lift that right foot up, press it up against the wall, or hold it in the air and breathe. Nice job, you guys. Let's come back to the mat. Give yourself a hug. We are moving into Shavasana. A nice twist before Shavasana is always welcome. Arms out to a T, knees over to the right. Look out over left shoulder. Take a few breaths here, and then you're going to switch to the other side. So take a few breaths, your pace, on each side. I'm going to make sure I'm on schedule here with my time. Okay. We are doing good. If you haven't switched to the other side, do that now. Take a few breaths. And then everyone's going to find their way to Shavasana. Legs down on the mat. Palms can be down by your hips, palms facing up. We're going to prepare for Shavasana with a nice cleansing breath. Inhale through the nose. Nice sigh, exhale out the mouth, let go. Let yourself completely melt into your mat. Let go of your conscious breathing and simply be. Take in all the benefits you just created with your breath and movement. I will let you know when to come back to awareness. If you would like to stay in Shavasana, feel free to stay. You can always turn off the class and let yourself stay where you're at. If you would like to follow my cue, start to draw in a deeper breath. And then gently and slowly reach your arms up over your head and draw in another deeper breath. Nice, long spine. From here, give yourself a hug, hugging knees into chest. And then mindfully roll over to your favorite side, taking a pause here. Noticing how your body feels. And then using your hand to help you find your way back to seated as safely as you can, so you protect your lower back. And then just like we started class, eyes gently shut. Let's bring our hands back to that Lotus Padma Mudra. So pinky and thumb are going to connect. The 3 middle fingers spread open. With your eyes shut, I'd like you to imagine a white lotus flower sitting in the palm of your hand. So the lotus is the symbol of light and also darkness. The lotus comes and it appears out of muddy waters, and it appears out of nowhere. And it appears from the dark muddy waters. And we have this beautiful, flawless white flower that appears. It's the prime example of the yin and the yang, the dark and the light. We need both. Sometimes the dark is not fun. Most of the time it's not fun. But we know that there will always be light. And usually in the dark times, it's when most of the growth happens, the growth of the lotus flower beauty. Let's seal our practice with a nice cleansing breath. Take an inhale through the nose, and then a sigh out the mouth. You can let your hands come palm to palm, all fingers touching, opening your eyes. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a great rest of your week, rest of your day.